sorry. I didn't see you come in. Oh, you're my 2 o'clock. Right. So, you were coming in for a quick checkup. Right. Yes, I do see you have some damage on your frontal processing unit. And you say your memory has been acting up? And you're having trouble connecting to the Hive AI. Well, let me have a look at you. Let me just set up my tools for a quick sec. And we can get straight into it. We can assess the damages. I'll just have a look. Yeah. It must be more internal than external. The only thing is you have a small bump here. You got that from working. What do you do for work? It's a good industry to be in. Much better than what I'm doing. But let me size you up. You're an X3 unit, correct? X3.5, my mistake. The enhanced model, obviously. Able to lift 260 kilograms, correct? Yes. I'm a bit behind on the latest model of the androids, but the X series was always my favorite. But I can't go past those Y series. The extra 2 arms comes in really handy in the labouring industry. But you are more designed for everything, the jack of all trades unit. You're good at everything without having any weaknesses until you damage yourself. It's one of the small weaknesses of the X series. They're more prone to breaking. Oh, that and the P series. Don't get me wrong, but they're designed to be children. They can't do much, and they have a small little flaw as well, where customers wanted them to be shiny, so they got retroreflective panels on the outside of their shell, and the auto-driving cars can't see them because the RF signals bounce off the panels. So lots and lots of crashes happened. I'm sorry. It's a bit funny. Okay, I'm sorry. It's a bit insensitive of me. Every android life matters. I know. I was in the rallies. I was holding the signs. I voted for your rights. Anyway, give me a quick second. Get set up here. And we can run through some preliminary tests to make sure you're all working. We'll go through your optic channels, see how everything is doing there, your audio, your body. I'll also try and go into your mainframe, update your firmware, your software, and I'll also see what is happening to cause your lack of connectivity to the network. Does that sound good to you? Excellent. Okay, I'll just get my stuff. You get right there. Okay, I'm all ready. I'll get set up here. And you can never be too safe with security. I typed it in wrong. just logging in here now. Okay, so do you remember your serial number? 5690, yep. 73P. Let me see if I can run a quick ping. Yes, it says you're not connected to the network at the time. Let me just run the event log. It says you disconnected on New Year's Eve at 10:35 p.m. Were you out of the clubs? Were you out partying? I always say, you androids, you need to stay away from the nightlife. It's not for you. You're not designed for it. Humans get a bit too rowdy, and especially the party bots. Party bots are designed for that. Why do you think they have 6 legs? But you never learn, do you? Okay. I will just run a quick protocol analysis. I need to make sure that OSPF, MPLS, and the LDP protocols are still activated for when you reconnect. Do you happen to have your loopback address on you? Yes, yes. No, not your IPv6. I need your IPv12. Yes, your IPv12, please. Is that a capital R or a little r? Okay. Everything seems to be in order. Your loopback address is properly configured. It is running the older version of the protocols, but when we connect you back, I can run through a quick update on this side. Yes, everything does seem to be in order. Cool. Now that I know that everything is fine on the network side, I will then have to get permission from our AI overlords. I will be sending a quick DigiMail to inform them that I will be reconnecting you to the network. I think I can actually see a bit of the damage. Going off the event logs, seems that your internal processing router was a bit damaged, and thus the RF chip that connects to the aerials around the city was damaged. So I will be reconnecting X3.5 serial number AJ6753PHD to the network at approximately pause in that, wait for approval from our AI overlords while I run through the rest of the preliminary checks. So, I'll just get a physical look at you just before just reassessing based on the new information received from your event logs. You have no issues with your optical vision? We'll still check regardless. I want to make sure everything is spick and span and perfect. So, I'm going to cover one eye, and you just tell me when you see the light enter your vision. Good. And now your other eye. Good. Everything seems to be in order now. If I cover both eyes, tell me when it enters your vision. Good. Using a bit of those X-ray vision. Now, light test seems to be functioning fine. Now, your quick processing unit. I will flash a number, and you have 3 seconds to guess. Using your central processing unit, you should be able to guess it. Yes. 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 Correct. 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 Awesome. Yes. Yes. Everything seems to be fine. You don't have any latency responding to me. Your visual receptors seem fine. And all the connections seem fine. Yes. I can see everything is good in that regard. I will be running through a preliminary test of your smell receptors with these scented liquids. Okay. Now, what does this one smell like? Wine. Correct. Just give you a bit of a shake. They settle down in the container at times. Okay. What is this one? Correct. Raspberry sour apple. See, a human would have said a sour apple or just apple, but your enhanced robotic senses can pick up the finer details in every smell that you get. And this one. Correct. Peaches and pineapple. Last one. Correct. That is blood. Everything seems to be going fine on your smell receptors. Let me just look in your nose. Everything seems fine. I can see the receptors are working perfectly. Now, I need you to tell me when you feel the heat on your skin, on your face. You have quite sensitive heat receptors. Please tell me at the point when it begins to feel very warm. Good, that was a bit close. I might have to run some checks on your temperature sensor. Let me just come around to the side of you. Yes. I can does seem to be some extra, potentially superficial damage. I will refer you to a mechanic if I cannot fix this, but I'll see what we can do today. I am not quite sure. Your temperature sensor is always in a particularly hard place to get because it needs to constantly monitor the internal temperature of your central processing unit. I do not know if I have the capability to take off your head unit and deactivate yourself and fix that. I would most likely put that in the hands of a more trained professional, but it could just be a software problem, so we will check again. Let me just check my emails. No email from our AI overlord yet. She must be busy, which is quite surprising considering she has a processing speed of, didn't she just get an upgrade to like 500,000 teraflops a second? No, it's at 1 million teraflops a second. Okay. I can't keep up. She just keeps upgrading herself. Anyway, I'll be doing a sound test for you. So, I'll put these headphones on, and you will tell me if you hear the left or right ear, and what you hear. Okay, let me just put those there for you. Everything seems all good. Okay. That's correct. Yes. Yes. Not many people get that one. Cool. Yeah, that I was about to say close, but because you specified. Yes, correct. You got them all. Well, let me just take these off. Well, you passed the ear test. Everything seems to be going fine. You can hear that. You could hear that. Okay. Everything seems to be going fine there. Now, let me collect a quick hardware backup of your memory files and personality and everything, just in case this process goes awry. So I'll be plugging this into the side right there, and yes, you can see it pop up. Awesome. And just activate the backup process and transfer all your cell files into that folder. And that way, if anything goes wrong, if you malfunction, I can back you up. Good as new. Well, not good as new, but good as you are now. Okay. And is that done? Awesome. I'll take that out now, and I will have a hardware backup in case anything goes wrong. Here we go. Let me just. She's sent it in decimal again. I can't read bit. Yeah, of course you can. I can't read bit without a bit converter. so annoying how you androids created a whole new language. You called them bits. It's like you couldn't make it any more confusing for us. Bits, bytes, and now a language called bits as well. Okay, so she has confirmed that she is waiting for you to rejoin the network. Okay, so I will be plugging some cables into you. So plugging this high speed 1 terabyte Ethernet cable into this here switch, placing this here, then this will plug into port 2 of the switch, and the other side I will be plugging straight into your cortex. Yes. Okay. Now, I will be consoling in. What is your current VLAN set on your port? Just VLAN 1, really. I'm not going to tell you how much of a security risk that is, but it isn't. I almost had you worried there for a second, eh? It will only be a risk if somebody can physically plug in. VLAN 1, VLAN 50, and VLAN 100 are probably the 3 most common. So pick any other number, and as long as you know it, who else are they gonna guess? By the time somebody tries all possible VLANs to try and guess yours, they could have been stopped, apprehended, or you could have woken up from your power cycle. Okay, VLAN 1 and your IPv6 address this time. GT, yep. GT. Okay, I'm getting a connection. I will just be going into the GUI. You may see some fuzziness as I try and access your main file. You have a firewall up at the moment. Could you disable that for me? You're back. It's okay. It's okay. You're okay. Okay. It's all good. We're all alright. You're alright. I'm alright. You didn't actually die. You merely nearly died. But I got you back. I got you back from the brink of death. And maybe I have a few more grey hairs from it. What? How long were you out? You don't have to worry about that. No, let me worry about that. Okay, you were out for 3 hours. Yes, I know. Yes, I tried backing you back up to the hard drive, but because the firewall was down, it actually reset your internal configurations. So I actually had to build up your base firmware from scratch before I can download your backup onto yourself. And then I had to turn you back on. And that was an excruciating process because when I rebuilt your firmware, all your hardware SSIDs were configured to your old firmware. So I have just spent the last 2 hours rebuilding you from scratch. It was no small feat, and there was a lot of research and a lot of web searches. But you're up, you're back. Now I can see if you have LDP, MPLS, OSPF, and all the good stuff. I need to make sure your layer 2 and layer 3 protocols are up. And there. Are you getting a connection to the AI queen? Don't tell her what I did. Don't tell her that I broke you. No, please don't. Okay. Well, I'm probably losing my job. Anyway, that is a full hardware upgrade. I have a full software and firmware upgrade. I have recalibrated all your sensors so that they should be even better than before, as well as your audio and sensory signals. Here, let me just Yes, everything seems fine. And now the one test for the temperature sensor. See, that's where you're meant to feel it. A good distance away, your temperature sensors on your skin just needed a reboot. They had frozen up and wouldn't sense anything until they were uncomfortably close. But I think that's everything. I'm probably going to lose my job when the AI queen scans you and finds out that I'm incompetent. But I hope you are good. Oh, wait. Let me just... I'm not going to let you take my cable. Not in a million years. I only have 2. And you're not taking either of them. But everything seems fine. Thank you very much for coming to me. I was your Android restorer. And I hope you have a good night. I'm going to go look for another job now.